Hello. This is going to be a video on how you're going to make unlimited crafting materials. And in this case, making unlimited crafting materials will make you unlimited caps, unlimited ammo, unlimited weapons, and unlimited experience points. Now, the whole thing hinges on using a workstation and having shipments of materials. Now I've gone around and I've got all the materials already, all the shipments. What I do is I let my companion carry them because I don't want to accidentally mess them up. Now, you find yourself a workstation that you can use. Now I'd usually build 3 boxes alongside it. The first box is where I store my shipments, all of them, when I'm first doing, working on a settlement. Or in your case, if you're doing this for the first time, you're going to want to have this and have all, that way you can make as much as this material as you want. And then I store all that. Now the second box is where I store said material. And as you can see, I've already done some of this. Gold, adhesive, I've got it all stored in there. The third box is where you're going to store anything that's in the workshop or in your junk. Because when you go in here, there cannot be anything in this workshop for this to work. And you cannot have anything in your junk, and I don't. So, we're going to go in here, we're going to take... Now, my buddy's the one that found this, told me about it, and I played around with it. I found that I can do 5 shipments at a time at a maximum of 300 for each one of these shipments, which in this case is 12 shipments of adhesive at 25 each. For some reason, if I try to go above it, it doesn't want to give it to me, and it doesn't seem to work. Now, my buddy, on the other hand, can only do 4 shipments at a time. So if you try 5 shipments and this doesn't work, try just doing 4 shipments. If 4 shipments doesn't work, go down to 3. So, we're going to take out 5 of these. So that's 1. Oil, 2. We'll go glass for 3. Cloth for 4. And then we can do anything for the 5th one. I'll go gears. Alright. So now we go into the workshop. Workshop is completely empty. In my junk, I've got 5 shipments here. See? 5 of them. Now, before we do this, as always, before attempting to do this, do yourself a favor and do a quick save. So we go in here. There's all the 12. Now, normally, if you just hit store all junk, it would slap all those shipments into your workshop, and you would have 300 of each of those crafting materials, and you would no longer have the shipment. They would disappear. Now, here's the thing. You're going to store all junk, and then you see on the bottom, square button is take all. You got to be quick on this. I put 1 finger on store all junk and 1 on take all. And then you have to be quick. As soon as you hit store all junk, you hit take all. And there we go. It gave me 300 each of those shipments, as you can see. But yet I still have my shipments. That's correct. I still have my shipments. Alright. So, you can sit here and do this as many times as you want. You get as much adhesive, oils, glass. Just make sure you can be quick. You hit take all, or you store all junk and then take all. But it's like quick. Because if you mess up, see now I'm at 900. Because if you mess up, it will take your shipments. And if you're doing this at your main area and you want to do all these shipments and get however much crafting materials that you want, like I said, what you want to do is you want to store. Now see, here's Asbestos ballistic. Here's 5 more shipments. Now here's the thing. If I take these shipments right here and I don't store all this, including the other shipments, when I try to do it, it'll pop up. When you try to do it, a little box will pop up and say, are you sure you want to take all this? And by the time you hit that button, it'll actually have taken your shipments from you and put it in. So you want to make sure that you go in and store your stuff. And then what I usually do is I just go to the 3rd box, so that way I don't lose track of what I've done, and I store all my shipments that I've already done. 1st box, all your shipments of everything that you're going to be making up. 2nd box is all your materials that you get. 3rd box is where you store the balance. So now we'll do these 5. Workshop is empty. Nothing in my junk except the shipments. And I'm going to do it again. And this is no mod. This is not a mod. This is just... I personally think it was a programmer that they didn't want to run around and get all this material, so they put this in there. Because, you know, hey, you want to build an experiment, well, you don't want to have to run around the game. You want to do it really quickly. So I think they put it in there and then forgot to take it out. So I would highly recommend that you get as much as you want before the next update, because this may not be lasting very long. But I mean, look at that. 600 acid, asbestos, boom, boom, boom. So, all done. And again, like I said, you want to store your stuff, and I could keep going, and I'm going to store all my shipments here. I'm actually going to go in here, and I'm going to take all this. And I'm going to stick it all in the workshop now. And as you can see, I've got over because I've done this a couple times, I've got over 7,000 adhesive. I got almost 8,000 cloth. Yeah, I've been making up some stuff. So I've got a minimum over 2,000 of all these materials. No shipments, so we're going to store it all. Alright, I got no junk left. There it is. It's all in my workshop. Now, if your partner is carrying this, let's say you go to Good Neighbor. Excuse me. In Good Neighbor, by the Ghoul, there's a cook stove. As long as there's nothing in the cook stove, you can take out, say, 5 items. What I recommend is gold, silver, and oil and adhesive. You make up your raw components. And, like, for instance, here's adhesive. 7,860 times 8 caps. Rough, just real rough. You're looking at about probably 75,000 caps if you were to sit there and do that. Now, with 75,000 caps in raw material, you can buy every single ammunition that they have. You can buy everything. You could buy the whole shop out if you wanted to, and run with this. Okay. So, now, how do you get unlimited experience points? Well, you go to a chemistry station.
You see a lot of folks at their worst.
Now, there are people that they say build statues and do this and do that. Well, for me, the easiest way is you go in here to the grenades. Molotov cocktail. 2 reasons. When you make this up, that's 15 experience points. Alright. I make up 100. I could sit here. You see how my experience points? Well, it's going up. I'm pretty high level right now, but lower level, your experience points, you're going to sit here and it's going to go up so quickly and you're going to go really super fast. And you're making, and here's the experience points. Now, every single one of these Molotov cocktails is 15 experience points each. So, you make up 100, there's 150 experience points every single time. Alright. Oh, let's see. How many did I make here?
What'd I miss?
Now, depending on your level, and like I don't have the ingredients, nuclear materials, you can make frag grenades. If you like chucking grenades, you can make up a dozen of these things too. Same thing, 15 experience points. I just like the Molotov because it's only 4 ingredients: adhesive, cloth, glass, and oil. So, let's exit out. I just made up 126 Molotov cocktails that quickly. Now, you could turn around and sell them. They're worth approximately 20, they're worth about 20 each. So, there's more caps. But what I like to do is I like to give it to my settlers. Now, another thing you do is you go in and everything you kill, collect, like combat right armor. I go in here and I boost it up to the full max. Poly. And then I also do lead lined. Now, there's other ones, but this is for the settlers, mind you. So, and the reason I use, there's the poly, 33 experience points. And then lead lined is another 18. So there's 50 experience points just for making that up. You got a whole bunch of this. There's more experience points. And we'll go lead lined again. I do all lead lined because every single item, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's metal, whether it's synth, whether it's Raider, every single one will go leaded. And plus it's easier with the leaded stuff. Now I'm going to exit out. I do the same thing with the weapons. I'll boost weapons up. And this is all for your settlers. You give this to your settlers. Every single settler in all my settlements, I give each 20 Molotov cocktails. And then I give them the heavy-duty weapons.
We need more water. Even another water pump would help. Mom's a really great cook.
Hope you realize how much you did.
Where's
for
Janie?
us.
Just looking to trade a little.
Okay.
Now, when you do this, now see, I've already given, I came and I gave her 20 already, and I gave her a recoil compensated rifle, which does 119 damage. And I gave her 100 rounds. Now, what I kind of like to do is, now sometimes, depending on what they're wearing, it won't take it off. So I'll put the hazmat suit on. You go over there, you equip it. Now she's wearing the hazmat. You go back here, and I give them the combat. Well, that gives them like almost 100. Take my hazmat back. And I sit there, and you have to make sure you equip them. Chest, left arm, left leg, right arm, right. They got the 20, she's got the 20 Molotov cocktail, she's got the advanced assault rifle, and 100 rounds. So now she's all set. And I know I gave it to her because I took her clothes and gave her the combat armor. And that's it. And I'll do that to every single one of my settlers. And I'll give them heavy-duty weapons, I'll give them the
You're up to
Molotov
something.
cocktails.
I can tell.
I'll go around, you know, you can do that because you've got the materials. And that's all there is to it. And that's how you get unlimited caps. You make all the you can do the raw materials and sell them. You can make Molotov cocktails, get your unlimited experience points. You turn around, you give it to your settlers. You sell them for money. You sell them for caps. You sell them for ammo. Anything that you want, you can get. Hope you enjoyed the video.